Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Stegman and I'm here to talk to you about how to be the most amazing, outstanding, and scholarly AVID student ever. I will explain how to ace a binder check and I'll explain how to get a 100% on all of your TRFs and tutorials. And lastly, I will connect AVID to Wicker and the IB learner profile traits and sum up the video with some fun times you may have in AVID this year. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and it teaches skills and behaviors for academic success. AVID is found in 19 different schools in Virginia Beach, and let's head inside and you will discover how to become an outstanding AVID student. Here's a perfect example of what an AVID student's binder should look like. The pencil pouch should be neat and organized with all necessary writing materials. The planner should be filled out on a daily basis and should be kept somewhere in your binder that's safe. Always, when you write your homework down in your planner, divide it by subject. So here, on my A days, I have biology, English, AVID, and Spanish, and I make sure that I write my homework down each class. Never write down none or just review, because it's not very specific. And that's it for the planner. Have tabs for each class that you're taking. So here I have biology, English, AVID, Spanish, history, algebra 2 trig, orchestra, and PE and health. Always punch holes in your papers and place them into the rings of your binder. Nothing should be kept in the front pocket of your AVID binder. Always bring a highlighter, pencil, glue stick, and pens to not only AVID, but all your other classes as well. Come into AVID with all necessary materials and a positive attitude. All of these are necessary for getting a perfect score on your binder checks, but that's not all. You need to come to class with 20 perfect sets of Cornell notes. Here's an example of a perfect set. You should have a heading at the top with your name, date, block, and topic. You should develop a scholarly essential question. In this case, mine is evaluate on the definition and purpose of photosynthesis. You need to have 5 Costas higher level questions in the left-hand column. In this case, I used hypothesize the definition of photosynthesis and evaluate on how photosynthesis developed in plants. This is only a couple of examples, and you should always highlight the first term of each question. So in this case, I used hypothesize and evaluate. You need to annotate your Cornell notes by circling key vocab terms. Highlight key topics that were discussed. Lastly, write a 7 to 9 sentence summary. Make sure that you write the date at the top of each set of Cornell notes and never change it. If you do all of this, then you will get a 100 on all of your binder checks. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you're faced with a tutorial request form is you're going to want to write your heading at the top, once again, with your name, AVID period, date, and block, and you want to write your subject and your topic. Then you're going to take a question that you're confused about from a worksheet that you're doing in one of your subjects, and you're going to write your question down right here. And then you're going to have a source. You're going to write down your source that you got the question from. Then you're going to write down key academic vocabulary from that unit. And then you're going to write down just the basic info about what you know about your point of confusion. Then you're going to do some critical thinking, write down your basic process of what you're doing within your question here, your initial question. And you're going to write down, on the right side, you're going to write down your specific steps in words. But on the left, it's basically showing all of your work. Like, for example, this is a math problem, so I just showed all my math work over here. And then I wrote the chronological steps on the right side. And then at the very bottom, I wrote my point of confusion. And that's it for the tutorial request form. So today I'm here presenting my tutorial. So my point of confusion is, did I distribute correctly? And you always want to write this on the top. Alright, and then you want to show your work that you did. In this case, it's a math problem that I'm using. And you want to not only show your work, but you also want to just have little blurbs about how you got from each point to each point. So basically I said plugged in version to explain that you want to plug that into the calculator and do all of that. So then on the right side, you're going to write down your actual steps. You're not going to show any math on the right side. You're just going to write down at least 3 steps. So my steps are: wrote down given information, plugged everything in, distributed it out, plugged into calculator, and estimated my final answer. You don't want to have a POC where you already know your final answer. You'll always want to just make sure that it's something that you're actually confused about, so there's actually a point of tutorials. Okay, and then when you're a member of the tutorial group, you want to always be asking the presenter questions. You don't want to have them asking questions. You want to be their guide in finding the correct answer. And that's it for presenting a tutorial. AVID students are excellent writers because they don't complain about writing long essays. They write reflections and summaries at least once on a daily basis. They use inquiry during tutorials by asking higher level questions to the presenters. AVID students use collaboration during tutorials and other presentations or seminars in class. They are organized and can easily locate their assignments. Lastly, AVID students use reading by reading novels in their classes and being able to comprehend what is read. AVID students demonstrate all of the IB learner profile traits. I have learned all of these things in the 2 years that I have been taking AVID. I have used every concept of Wicker this school year. I have learned how to take amazing Cornell notes as well. I have also demonstrated all of the IB learner profile traits this year in AVID. This sums up my AVID video. As you can see, AVID makes college dreams come true, and it leads me to JMU.